Careers for people who love the outdoors. Welcome. Today we'll explore careers for people that love the outdoors and prefer a job that follows their passion. Many people don't know the exact career they are looking for, but know they want it to be related to work in the outdoors. Outdoor work, albeit a vague term for a large range of jobs, usually attracts people with a few common interests. People interested in outdoor work usually have interests or concerns rooted in the environment. Animals and wildlife are typically common interests, and people who gravitate to work of this kind are generally more interested in science than literature. Naturally, the interests of each individual will vary. However, an education in an outdoors job major greatly emphasizes earth and nature sciences as well as environmental issues. Even someone who ultimately wants to work in an administrative role will need to be well versed in subjects surrounding work in the outdoors, which most certainly includes science. Examining your interests and comparing them with the subjects of the major you might be interested in will help you pick a major that best suits your personal interests and goals. Our first career is archaeologist. Archaeology is the study of the human past. It looks at remains and objects left by people who lived long ago. Archaeologists use these remains to understand how people lived. Some archaeologists who work in cultural resource management ensure that construction work done on or near archaeological sites complies with historical preservation laws. There are many fields of study in anthropology, as you will see if you click on the careerexplorer.com. The salary range is usually $39,000 to $97,000, with the median salary being $62,000. The education requirements is 4 to 12 years of study, depending on the level of degree pursued. Job opportunities exist for all degree holders. The majority of positions, however, call for a master's degree. Our next career is beekeeper. Beekeepers manage and maintain colonies of honeybees that produce honey and provide pollination services. The primary duty of a beekeeper is to keep hives healthy and productive so they can yield honey and related byproducts such as beeswax. A beekeeper is responsible for assessing the health of the hive, checking the mite infestations, monitoring and treating the hive when health problems arise, and maintaining detailed records of health, medication, administration, and honey production. They can also be responsible for preparing bees and equipment for pollination activities, feeding bees, cleaning and constructing hives, raising and replacing queen bees, dividing colonies when necessary, and replacing combs. Beekeepers work long hours during warmer months, spending most of their time outdoors in all kinds of weather conditions. They wear protective clothing such as veils, gloves, and suits. They use bee smokers and other tools to assess the hive safely. The salary ranges from $35,000 to $52,000, with the median salary being $45,000. Education requirements: new beekeeping enthusiasts can gain valuable experience by apprenticing with experienced beekeepers before venturing out on their own. Large commercial bee farms also may offer evening or weekend beekeeping classes that are open to the public. Many colleges and universities offer short courses, seminars on beekeeping for novices, or master courses for professionals. We have a number of titles in Freeding and Hoopla on beekeeping as a career. Canopy also has a documentary on bees titled Saving the Life Keepers: The New Science of Sustainable Beekeeping. Our next career, commercial fisherman. A commercial fisherman catches and traps various types of marine life. The fish they catch are for human and animal consumption, bait, and other uses. Duties include directing the fishing operation and recording the daily activities in the ship's log. Increasingly, they use the internet to bypass processors and sell fish directly to consumers, grocery stores, and restaurants. Fishing operations are conducted under various environmental conditions, depending on the region, body of water, and kinds of fish sought. Storms, fog, and wind may hamper fishing vessels or cause them to suspend fishing operations and return to port. Sometimes the work environment can be unpleasant or dangerous. Salary ranges from $28,000 to $81,000, with the median being $53,000. Groundskeeper. A groundskeeper maintains the grounds of institutions. A groundskeeper works for schools, universities, resorts, and public parks. They maintain lawns, trees, shrubs, flowers, stair paths, retaining walls, and turf. They use insecticides, chemical sprays, fertilizers, and mulches to optimize condition of greenery. They keep grounds free from trash, litter, debris, weeds, plant diseases, and harmful insects. They maintain equipment and supplies. Educational requirements: if the work is advanced or involves supervision of others, an associate or bachelor's degree in agriculture or horticulture may be required. Specialized training in these areas may suffice. Depending on the position, a groundskeeper may be expected to have forklift, landscaping, or other certifications. Salary is $27,000 to $57,000, with the median being $38,000 per year. Lifeguard. Lifeguards work at beaches, rivers, swimming pools, and water parks, where they ensure the safety of swimmers and water sport participants. Lifeguards explain and enforce safety rules, rescue people in danger, and use their knowledge of first aid to save lives. A lifeguard monitors swimmers at the beach or in a pool, watch for hazards, and strives to maintain safety. As a lifeguard, their responsibilities include supervising swimmers and enforcing the safety rules. Their job duties can also include organizing group activities, maintaining equipment, cleaning pools, and teaching swimming lessons to swimmers of all ages. Lifeguards can be found at public and private beaches, lakes, public swimming pools, hotel or community swimming pools, public and private schools from grade school to university level. Education requirements is, if they want to become a lifeguard, they need to include an active lifeguard certification. To earn this certificate, they have to be an expert swimmer and be able to demonstrate their ability to swim to safety while carrying an injured or drowning person. They may also need training and certification in life-saving skills like cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or CPR, how to use an automated external defibrillator, and water rescues. Most employers prefer you to have at least a high school diploma in addition to your lifeguard certification. You can choose training courses through the American Red Cross, American Pool, National Aquatic Society, the YMCA, and the United States Life-Saving Association. Salary ranges from $15,000 to $31,000, with the median being $24,000. Nature photographer. Nature photography covers a wide range of photography taken outdoors and devoted to displaying natural elements such as landscapes, wildlife, plants, and close-ups of natural scenes and textures. Nature photographers typically work as freelancers, shooting images and selling them afterwards, and occasionally working on assignment for publications. As a nature photographer, you capture photos of animals, plants, and natural landscapes. You look for rare and special moments to immortalize through the lens of a camera. Your responsibilities require you to spend extended time outdoors, soak in a scene, and take thousands of pictures to obtain the perfect shot. You also handle administrative duties, including budget, scheduling, and proper storage for files. Nature photographers usually take pictures first and then sell them as freelancers. The education requirements are: there are no specific educational qualifications for becoming a nature photographer, but a degree or some training in photography is beneficial. Salary ranges from $15,000 to $70,000 per year, with median being $39,000. Park ranger. Park rangers, also known as a conservation scientist or environmental specialist, often work for federal or state governments and are responsible for caring for and protecting woodlands, forests, and conservatories. Most of their days are spent outdoors patrolling campgrounds, trails, and various park areas. Park rangers sometimes give tours and answer questions from guests and visitors in the park. They may also work in conjunction with landowners to observe and maintain untouched natural landscapes. Park rangers also play a key role in search and rescue missions when needed. Education: most park rangers hold degrees in environmental science or biology. They study recreation and tourism management or environmental education. Other related fields of study are earth science, environmental science, biology, forestry, natural resource management and conservation, wildlife biology, and ecology. Salary ranges from $20,000 to $57,000, with the median being $36,000. Ranch hand. As a live-in ranch hand, your job is to oversee the herding and care of animals. In this role, ranch hands may also feed animals, perform various maintenance tasks, and otherwise help keep the ranch functioning. Live-in ranch hands may live in private or communal housing on or near the ranch grounds. They generally are required to work late, early, and on weekends or on holidays as necessary. This is a physically intensive role that often requires being on your feet for extended periods, lifting heavy items, and otherwise performing labor on the ranch. Some live-in ranch hands participate in additional tasks, such as escorting visitors, hosting shows and events, or traveling with ranch animals for various purposes. The primary qualifications for getting a job as a live-in ranch hand are physical fitness and several years of experience working on a ranch. Many people in this industry start by volunteering, living off on the ranch while still working there, or growing up on a ranch before moving into a live-in role. Most live-in ranch hands have no special educational requirements, but a background in working with animals can help you stand out from other applicants applying for the job. You stand out if you have taken at least some classes in welding, carpentry, mechanics, and animal sciences. You should also know how to ride and operate some heavy equipment. Salary ranges from $14,000 to $58,000, with the median being $28,000. River guide. Rafting guide duties include meeting and greeting guests, loading and preparing rafts, executing crash courses in rafting, giving safety speeches, and most importantly, leading a safe and fun rafting trip. In order to become a river guide, you need a passion for the water and wilderness. The training qualifications for this career include a certified course in wilderness first responder CPR and swift water rescue. A river guide is responsible for assisting people on rafting trips down rivers and rapids. Your job includes preparing the rafts, giving safety demonstrations, and leading the trip on the water. You also need strong swimming skills and must have experience rafting the rivers. Salary ranges from $24,000 to $36,000, with the median being $31,000. Ski instructor. A ski instructor teaches skiing to the general public, school groups, youth groups. They must be able to interact with the public, coaches, and athletes. They should be able to lead a group of skiers with enthusiasm and courtesy. They may be required to supervise youth ski groups and ensure safety procedures are followed. Often, ski and snowboard guides work for large travel outfitters or group travel agencies. In those cases, the guide lives at the resort, meeting incoming groups, and act as the tour company's representative. Sometimes guides work with tourism groups that organize large trips from foreign countries. This way, when groups book a trip, a guide is included who can make them feel at home, but also give them the local experience. Educational requirements: The skills needed to be a ski instructor are mainly going to be focused on being an expert skier as well as excellent customer service skills. No formal education or training is needed, as the most important criteria is being a good skier who can teach others the process. The annual salary for ski instructors is going to vary depending upon where you are teaching and if you are hired directly by a resort or working independently. Salary ranges from $14,000 to $58,000, with the median being $28,000. Surfing instructor. Surf instructors teach people how to surf. Surfing takes place all over the world: Hawaii, Costa Rica, Australia, Mexico, Chile, California, South Africa, West Indies, Maldives, New Zealand, or Canada. Surfing can be both risky for the instructor and the guest. Instructors must be ready for anything in the water: drowning, collisions, sea creatures, seabed, currents, or riptides. Surfing instructors should have first aid and rescue training to deal with any emergency. Education requirements are: in order to get hired as a surfing instructor, you should be a decent surfer. It's a good idea to become certified with either the Academy of Surfing Instructors or the National Surf Schools and Instructor Association. Salary ranges from $20,000 to $147,000, with the median being $42,000. Urban gardening specialist. Urban gardening and farming are mixtures of techniques and approaches to growing and raising food in densely populated urban centers. Because of the very nature of cities, there's not a one-size-fits-all approach, but rather a plethora of solutions and practices that are undertaken by individuals, communities, cooperatives, and businesses alike. A restaurant may grow their own herbs in an indoor garden. A neighborhood may take over a vacant lot for a raised bed garden. A cooperative may keep bees for honey on the roof, or a family may plant a container garden for a patio. All are examples of urban gardening. Educational requirements: a degree in food technology is beneficial, and being able to work with community members is a plus. A background working in a nursery is beneficial, as well as knowledge of plants. Salary ranges from $31,000 to $72,000, with median being $48,000. Our last career is vineyard manager. A vineyard manager is also known as an agronomist or a viticulturist. All refer to someone whose job is to make sure that grapes on the vine are tended to and allowed to flourish into their best selves. The role is like a project manager of sorts, where the fruit is shepherded from bud break to harvest to reinforce the philosophy that great wine starts in the vineyard. Vineyard managers should have knowledge about grafting, pruning techniques, soil pH, canopy management, and other factors that ensure grapes reach their full potential. Vineyard managers work with multiple crews and juggle a mountain of hectic tasks, particularly during growing and picking seasons. Draw on any experience in your background where you had to manage others and tap into existing skills in delegation, motivation, teamwork, and training. Educational requirements: a degree in any of the following disciplines: agricultural technology, viticulture, food science. Salary ranges from $43,000 to $62,000, with the median being $50,000. Thank you for joining me today. I hope one of the jobs listed will whet your appetite to explore more careers in the great outdoors. I've listed resources to encourage you. Remember to check out the library website at www.mcldaz.org for more programming. The library offers downloadable audio, streaming, movies, lifelong learning, and more, all free with a library card. The resources that I've listed are links to the various sites that I got my information from, such as careerexplorer.com, parkrangeredu.org, Zip Recruiter, The Balances Careers, jobmonkey.com, mountainjobs.com, glassdoor.com, organicauthority.com, learnhowtobecome.org, nextluxury.com, and salaryexpert.com. The bibliography are the books or images that I used, such as The Origins of Archaeology, Episode 1, An Introduction to the World's Greatest Sites, The Great Courses, National Geographic in the Canopy database. Complete Guide to Beekeeping for Fun and Profit by Cindy Belknap. Commercial Fisherman by Ellen Lebrecht. Cool Careers Without College for People That Love Nature by Gabrielle Navarre. Careers That Count, Lifeguard by Louise Spilsbury. Cool Careers Without College for People That Love Photography by Marcia Amidan Lusted. Ranger Confidential, Living, Working, and Dying in the National Parks by Andrea Langford. Cowboy Skills, Roping, Riding, Hunting, and More by Stephen Brennan. Make Money with Your Captain's License, How to Get a Job or Run a Business on a Boat by David G. Brown. Total Skiing by Chris Fellows. Surfer's Startup, A Beginner's Guide to Surfing by Doug Werner. Ultimate Guide to Urban Farming by Nicole Fairs. And Strong Waters, A Simple Guide to Making Wine, Beer, Cider, and Other Spirited Beverages at Home by Scott Mansfield. Until next time, stay safe.